Hey, folks, welcome to Good Morning Cannabis. I have someone who you should know. He's a friend of mine named Michael Johnson. Did I say your name right? Because sometimes I even butcher the most easiest names.
No, that's it. You got it right, Todd.
So Michael's company is a company that you should know, Metrc. And Michael, why don't you just tell us a little bit about yourself, about the company, and then we'll launch right into why you're here to talk about what folks should know about the software and things that they should be focusing on as it comes to their state.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate the opportunity to be on with you today, Todd. I've been at Metrc here in a couple of different capacities for the last couple of years. In the last, call it 6 months, I took over as CEO, and I've primarily spent most of my career working with various software startup businesses, really doing quite a bit in terms of helping scale and help companies grow, sometimes more rapidly than others. And that's certainly an opportunity that we have here at Metrc. We've grown really rapidly, and the opportunity for us to be able to help support the burgeoning legal cannabis market is certainly something we take very seriously, and it's a tremendous opportunity. I couldn't be more excited about being here and being a part of Metrc.
Awesome. And as you know, I'm from New Jersey, and people say that I have a very strong Jersey accent. I think my wife does, but I never could tell myself. But I know that Metrc is coming to Jersey. But based upon your experience, Michael, in other markets where you've actually brought in the software, what are some things that folks in the cannabis industry should be anticipating in the launch? Some lessons that perhaps you've learned, maybe some things that they should be watching out for. Would be really helpful to hear it directly from you, the CEO.
Absolutely. We're very fortunate to be able to be on the cusp of getting started in New Jersey. In December is when we expect to launch officially, although we're certainly on our way now and have a number of folks that we've spent time with to help them get comfortable with the system. The message I would have for anybody that's getting used to Metrc or new to Metrc, or is a part of a state that is evaluating Metrc, is that it's not really as crazy and scary as I think some folks make it out to be. Metrc, the way the structure works is rather intuitive and allows for folks to see exactly what steps they need to go through in order to facilitate compliance. I'm not going to pretend that Metrc is running perfectly and that we don't have any opportunities to improve upon. We certainly do. But Metrc has been able to be successful, and we're in 23 jurisdictions, which is 21 states and two districts or two territories with Guam and Washington, D.C. And we've been able to be successful because of the intuitive nature of the platform and our ability to connect with other systems, third-party integrators that folks might use to facilitate or to support their operation, and also to really kind of provide you something that's straightforward and is reliable and is something that you can count on to be your source of truth. I would say for anybody that might have some thoughts or might have heard some things about Metrc being challenging or difficult to use, I would certainly encourage you to reach out to us. We've got 70 support people that are available to have conversations and to get to know you and to help you solve your problems. We also have a pretty extensive training team. There's a number of different resources in the forms of videos and live trainings. We also have an LMS system that can allow for folks to get more comfortable. It really isn't, it's not so crazy, it's just different, and getting used to it and finding the benefits of it for you and your system and in your process, in your individual cultivation or manufacturing facility, processing facility, dispensary is really something that could be a huge benefit to you.
So Michael, just for the benefit of someone who's tuning in and doesn't know what we're talking about, what does Metrc actually do? I mean, just give me the basic ABCs, because a lot of different folks tune into Good Morning Cannabis, and I think that, I mean, I would say 99.9% no, but what does it do?
Yeah, so Metrc is the leading compliance track and trace software for the legal cannabis market. And what that means is that we will start tracking in a compliance tool every plant, or generally seed starts with a seed or a cutting. Cutting is more frequent. And we will identify those individual plants and be able to track all the different things that happen to those plants, all the events that happen to those plants from the process of trimming and harvesting and adding nutrients to it or pesticides, the harvest process, the packaging process. Sometimes there's some processing that happens all the way to the dispensary. And in total, we track up to 350 unique events that could occur in a plant's life cycle, all the way from seed to sale. And Metrc does that. We like to think Metrc does that better than anybody on the planet. And we're very encouraged by our ability to continue to partner with new states, new countries, and really taking it quite seriously to double down on our technology and improve the experience for the users all across the country and really all across the globe.
Well, I applaud you because you are a trailblazer, just like I consider myself a trailblazer in this market. But how did you actually get involved in cannabis? What, do you have a backstory on that at all? Or did you just one day, I don't know, wake up and say, I want to do Metrc?
It's not as exciting of a story as maybe I would like to make it out. We're based in Florida in a smaller town called Lakeland, which is about halfway between Tampa and Orlando.
You know where that
And
is?
it came across my desk that there's this business that has the opportunity to really do something special in an emergent market and has the ability to grow really, really rapidly and have a huge impact on making, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people successful in this new market. And it's cannabis, and it's in Lakeland. And I was pretty intrigued, being a software guy and work in a number of different businesses, and certainly know the technology ecosystem in the Tampa Bay area, and hadn't really heard of anything close to that anywhere near me, certainly not in Lakeland. And so I got connected with the founder, Jeff Wells, who's one of the best individuals I've ever met. And a lot of people don't know the backstory of Metrc being essentially a 30-year-old startup. And Jeff's been at this for a really long time, started writing code after he graduated college in 1984, was able to build a number of different platforms for the management of fresh food and supply chains, everything kind of from strawberries, which are very close to home here. Plant City is one of the strawberry capitals of the world.
Yep.
And so he's done a ton of different things, eventually becoming familiar with RFID as it grew ubiquitous in the agricultural supply chain space. Got very, very into it, spent a lot of time at Georgia Tech University and the University of Florida, worked with some other really, really big names, and ultimately has a number of patents to his name, has participated in a number of other patents, all surrounding RFID. And really, because he has a dream of this kind of perfectly resilient supply chain that is able to move in a passive way and able to give people the insights that they need to have the very best products that they can, and to deliver consumers the best product that they can enjoy, whatever that product is. It just happened to be that the best application of the technology they put together ended up working in cannabis, and it continues to grow. And we just couldn't be more excited about it. And that's how I got into it. I was fascinated by the story. And as I get deeper and deeper into it, I realized so much about Metrc, how we've gotten here. And it's really helped frame the direction where we're going, which I think is much more focused on the customer experience and much more focused on supporting that growing market.
That's excellent. I mean, I really applaud you for getting involved, and we need solid people in the industry. And obviously, I'm a CPA, a cannabis CPA, so being able to understand the tracking system and accounting for that is really near and dear to us, our hearts, I think, and also the investors and the folks using the product. So the owners, everyone. So I'm glad that you're in the space. So if someone wanted to reach out to Metrc or to you or anyone else in the team, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Yeah, absolutely. Anybody can reach out to me at any time. My email, michael.johnson@metrc.com. Happy to connect. Really appreciate the opportunity to connect. If you're interested in partnering with Metrc in any capacity, we've got an exceptional director of strategic partnerships. Her name is Casey Carroll. You could reach out to her as well via email, Casey with a K, KASEY.Carroll, CARROLL @metrc.com. We welcome the opportunity to have conversations with folks that maybe never had a conversation with Metrc, didn't realize there was actually people behind the black box there. We are very welcoming and open to being able to connect with with anybody that is that's a part of the ecosystem. We really want to support it however we can.
Well, thank you, Michael, for being a guest on Good Morning Cannabis. And I'm going to have you on a few times as these things develop. That's kind of the plan. But I encourage the listeners to reach out to you and explore the software, because I do think it has a lot of merit. I think it, and I'm glad that you're going to be in my home state. So I'm sure we'll be talking soon.
We couldn't be more excited. Thank you so much for having me on, Todd.
Have a great day, buddy.
You as well.